Hi, thanks for joining me today to find out about the integrated marketing mix and, more importantly, how to use the 7Ps in small business marketing. This is part one of a two-part video series. So let's have a look at the first 4Ps. Let's get some context. So the first 4Ps were devised in 1950 by a chap called Philip Kotler in his book, The Principles of Marketing. Back in the 1950s, marketing and selling was all about stuff. You were selling stuff you could hold, stuff you could touch, stuff you could throw. It was about stuff. So keep that in mind as we go through these first 4Ps. So the first 4P is price. What are we thinking of with price? Now, price is utterly crucial to your cash flow and therefore your organization's survival. If you price wrong, you will die. That's what happens in a business. If you get your pricing wrong, you will struggle. We don't want that. So the price you set, though, is more about, it's not just what money you're going to get in. It conveys things. It conveys things to your audience. It conveys things to your marketplace. And what your price is telling them is how valuable your goods, your products, your services are. And it also sets about a perception of your organization by your audience. And we all have these phrases, expensive is luxurious, commonplace, exclusive, special, cheap and nasty, pay peanuts, you get monkeys. And when you set your price, you have to think, what is this saying about our organization? Where we're pricing ourselves? Where are we putting ourselves? What does it say about the type of service we're providing? When it comes to price, I would really invite you to think about what your price conveys. What does your price convey? Are you down in the cheapest chips category, or are you in the expensive, therefore exclusive, therefore worth more category? I'm reading a fantastic book by Robert Cialdini called Persuasion. And in it, he cites the example of a shop who was failing to sell some of its blue jewellery. And the shopkeeper was at her wit's end. And just before she went off to a meeting for a couple of days, she wrote a note to her staff saying, sell at half price. They misread the note because it was scrawled in high haste, and they thought it read as sell at ×2 price. So they doubled the price and it sold out within 2 hours, because the perception was that if it was that expensive, it was really good and it was almost a luxurious item. So what is your price doing? What's your price conveying about the level of quality of your goods or services? If your price does not reflect your quality, change it. And it's no good having your highest price saying, well, we're number one, but actually you're number one in the cheap and cheerful category when you want to be up there in the high quality category. Number two, price product. So your product has to be consistent with your market positioning and price point. You do not want people saying it wasn't as good as I was expecting. For the money that I paid, I expected more. You ideally want them to be going, yeah, that was as good as I expected. My expectations were set and the product service I got was exactly what I was after. We do talk a lot about giving people more than they expect, but there's an art to this, because so often as small businesses, we over-service what we offer. We offer far too much for the money that we are charging, and then that feeds into this perception that what we're offering isn't as valuable. We can also under-engineer our businesses. So I've seen examples in small business where you pay for something, you think, that is not the quality that I was expecting. That is not the level of service that I was expecting. The big thing is, it is a balancing act. So how do you walk that tightrope of making sure that you are delighting your customers, but not over-servicing it, which can cost your business, but you're not kind of saying to them, this is going to be really great, and then it isn't. So first of all, you've got to do some work around checking the perception of the quality of your product or service. Do the right kind of customers perceive you at the right level of quality service? Now, if of course you're wanting to go for cheap and cheerful, brilliant, check that you are hitting that. Is your product perceived as cheap and cheerful? I know someone who's made an incredibly successful business spotting trends amongst younger people and importing these things from China. So things like fidget spinners, when they came in, and I can't even remember what the current one is, but those are kind of cheap and cheerful, pile them higher, get them out the door. They price point with that regard, and the product is exactly what you would expect for the price you're paying. However, if you're offering a service, for example, you're a financial service provider and what you offer is incredibly exclusive, incredible experience, you want to price accordingly and you want your product to match that. So are you giving your audience what they expect for the price they are paying? You might want to give them a little bit more, but not too much, because otherwise you're going the wrong way on the tightrope. Promotion. Say after me. Marketing is not just promotion. Marketing is not just promotion. Marketing is not just promotion. Promotion is the tip of the marketing iceberg. Promotion is the stuff that we all see. It's the sexy, fun, cool stuff. And promotion is what is often talked about and referred to as marketing. We really, really, really need to be very clear in our small business that promotion is not just marketing is not just promotion. So promotion uses the tactical marketing tools and activities and communication, sometimes called marcoms. It's all of the things that we see as consumers in our daily life, and it's often the stuff that we're putting out there. Promotion is utterly essential to marketing, but it's not all of marketing. That is really, really important, particularly if you're working with marketing suppliers or you've got a marketing team, you're leading a team. It's really understanding that promotion is one key part of the puzzle. When it comes to your promotional marketing, make sure it counts. Because it is the sexy, fun, cool stuff, and there's always new ways to do promotional marketing, new tools, new techniques, new comms channels coming out. It is so easy to get overwhelmed at this point. So easy. And it is also really easy to be doing a lot of promotional marketing that does nothing for your business. That wasting your time, wasting your money. So make sure that all of the promotional marketing you're doing counts. Does it reflect your desired market positioning? So if, for example, you want to be working with top of the range organizations, you want them to perceive you as a high quality organization, does your promotional marketing reflect that? If you're going out with cheap looking adverts in the wrong place, probably not. Does your promotional marketing fit in with what your price and product are conveying? Your promotional marketing has to fit in with everything else. Place. So where you choose to sell your goods or services conveys your market position. And when we think about where we sell our goods and services, remember there's offline and online places to sell. So technically, place is where that transaction takes place, where they hand over the money, you hand over your goods or services. Obviously, it gets a little bit blurred these days because we have online places to do that. We might make the informal sale in an informal meeting, and then we'll go, right, let's finalize the paperwork more formally later. But think about your place. I would encourage you to think about the physical places that you have. If you are selling online, think about your website, your Etsy shop, your Instagram page, whatever you're selling online. If you're actually bringing people to an office, what does it say about you? What does it say about you? Because place conveys your market position. Now, you can have a bit of fun with place. I did meet an absolutely brilliant solicitors firm who were in a really down and dirty part of town. And when you kind of pulled up, you're like, what's going on here? And you went through this very kind of very basic, humble door almost, kind of past the rubbish bins. And then when you went in, it was like going into the TARDIS, not what you expected at all. It was clean, it was sleek, it was modern, it was up to date, but it led to that idea of this is a bit of a hidden gem, and you paid the prices that you would expect of a hidden gem. So you can play around with place. Don't let it hold you back if you're there going, I can only afford rent in this slightly dingy part of town. Doesn't matter, make it a treasure, make it a hidden treasure. So when it comes to your place, what I would suggest that you do is start to assess the places from which people can buy your goods or services. So what do these places convey about the type of company you are and the quality of your goods and services? If you don't have your own physical office, for example, and you rent office space for meetings and things, where do you choose to rent that office space? What does it say about the type of organization you are? If you have a physical shop like Bulgari, I mean, gosh, have you ever been to in the part of London where all these shops are? It just screams expensive, exclusive, expensive, exclusive. So look at your place and assess it, and then think, where can I make improvements? The big thing is it reflecting that market position you want? So thank you so much for joining me for the first part of the integrated marketing mix. In the second video, we look at the next P's. See you there.